Ben. Ben.
Hi, I'm Alex from Caring for Life, and welcome to Live Chat, where we discuss bite-sized knowledge about suicide prevention and mental well-being. Look, I know some of you out there who wants to know more about mental health and mental well-being, but are just too busy. Don't worry, I've got you covered. This is the channel for you as we will discuss different topics in a short time. So subscribe to this channel today before we kick off today's topic. Today I have invited Dr. Joseph Leong to watch a mental health short film named Dragon Quest and review some of the scenes. Spoiler alert, if you intend to watch the film, please pause this video. Come back after watching it. If you are interested to watch the full film, you can write to Mental Health Film Festival Singapore. The link is in the description below.
You've been coming here for what, 3 weeks now? And in all this time, you've yet to open up to me.
Yes, I understand that. It's just...
You see, you've got to help me so that I can heal you.
And I understand that. But...
But, between you and I, we'll have you sorted and back to normal.
So Dr. Joe, you're a senior consultant psychiatrist, right? Is that correct?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Okay, tell me more about your role.
My role as a psychiatrist, we are medical doctors. So actually we do assessment and basically we actually help. We have a whole team other than psychiatrists. We have psychologists, we have counselors and therapists also.
I see. So, quite interesting, from this clip, in this scene we have the psychologist commenting that Ben is not opening up to him for 3 weeks. So I'm just quite curious, is this something that in general people find it difficult to open up to their professionals?
I think it's actually very common. It really depends on why the person approached for help.
Okay.
For example, some scenarios is that the parents insist that the child come, the youth come, and of course the youth will not be willing to open up. I think if it is the person having the desire, wanting to sort out some things and wanting some help, then I think mainly it's whether you have the chemistry.
Right, so the desire is very important.
Yeah, it's really your self-initiation, right? If you're trying to look for solutions, you're trying to find some help, I think it's easier.
And just a quick one, you mentioned about it wouldn't be effective if the parent is the one that forces the child to go and see the professional.
Yeah, usually that's the case, especially for children, and the parents sort of expect us to sort of fix the problem.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see the child as a problem, so it's how we collaborate together, how do we work together.
Okay, thank you.
normal.
Yes. I mean, you're still young. Things might seem a bit difficult right now, but wait till you come to my age. Backache can cause you anxiety. Anxiety, backache.
Dr. Gopal,
Yes.
I think I'm done here.
Huh?
You're a joke. And I'm not young. I'm taking my matter somewhere else.
Excuse me.
No, I don't think I will. Thanks for everything.
I haven't shared with you yet my proven 14 steps to mental healing and holistic wellness.
So he mentioned 14 steps to mental healing and holistic wellness. Is there such a thing?
I think different people have different take on what is mental wellness and holistic. I suppose sometimes you look at music, right? There are different dance steps, right?
Right.
Whether you dance slow, dance fast, whether it's cha-cha or flamingo, there are different steps. Yeah, so I think sometimes it's really the therapy, what are they comfortable using.
Yeah.
So I think if one therapist you find is not a good match, not pacing you well, you find that it's very challenging, then see somebody else.
Right.
Yeah, from my experience, a lot of the patients came to me, they said they need to see 3 to 5 therapists to find a good fit, a good match.
So, putting therapies aside, I also realized that there also seem to have many different types of clinical practices, and you have all sorts of different acronyms, right? Some of the common ones like CBT, ACT, DBT, and even in the suicide prevention area, there's now this new acronym called CAMS, C-A-M-S. So somehow I feel that you're given enough time, you're gonna have maybe even A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? There's so many different acronyms coming up. So I'm quite curious, why do we have so many of them?
I suppose it's like music, right? There are different genre of music.
Okay.
Because different people, different stroke lah. So I think it's really, if you go in and you find that you cannot click, it just doesn't make sense to you, go and find somebody else, right? Who may have a different approach, right? That can actually help you move forward.
But just as a quick follow-up question, how do you know which one is the right approach for you?
Yeah. My recommendation is that give the person at least 3 sessions, 3 chances, right, to see whether it's a good match, and then give your honest feedback. Give your honest feedback. I think just like the hero here, he said, hey, 3 weeks already, not moving. He packed his bag and left. I think that's a good move.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good move.
okay, so 3 sessions.
Yeah, don't get stuck with the same person and you just, I can't stand this. You know, just move on, find somebody else, and find somebody else. I think if you've been to 10 therapists, if you tried all the different therapy, then it's to reflect what have you learned. You actually write down your own learning journey and your own recovery journey, your own healing journey. Or is it the therapist just doing all the work and you actually don't record down how you feel, what do you think is happening, and whether you have grown from the different experiences.
Thank you for sharing.
All right. Have a seat.
Shouldn't you be asking me questions at this point? You know, try to figure out my personality or whatever.
I mean, I can't just throw a bunch of random questions at you. I want to get to know you first, as a person.
Okay. I'm 26. I work in a bank.
Benjamin, I have all that info on your application form. I want to know things that are not on it. Tell me about stuff you like to do, things you think about.
Okay. I guess I like to read fantasy stuff mostly. I just finished Dragon Sky 5.
Oh, that's a good one. I still think the 4th book is much better than the 5th, though.
Okay, true. But, you know, the character development is way better in the 5th one.
That's true. I especially like Hakon's struggle.
Yeah, me too.
So, do you talk about your favorite books with your client?
I suppose in this scene, the person said, I like reading.
Okay.
And they shared this, and they found a common ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think from this particular clip, Ben seems to open up much better with this new therapist. So I'm quite curious, generally what are some of the techniques that therapists would do to help connect with their clients better?
Yeah. So I think like this particular therapist, she actually listened. Yeah. So I think that's very important. And try to find common grounds that you can share. Try to understand the person as a human being, as a person, not a disease, not a condition, and trying to label the person.
Do you have any personal example
Personal example as in?
that you have done in a clinical setting?
Done in a clinical setting. I suppose a lot of the youths come, they are always on mobile games. I always ask what mobile games they play. They say, Mobile Legend. I say, which one you play? I also play Mobile Legend.
Really? Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It's been with me for a while now. But the last couple of years, it's somehow bigger. Whenever it appears, I just feel very muddled. Like everything is slowing down around me, even though I know it's not. It feels like I'm sinking. important things don't feel like they matter. The small things are so heavy. It's all very messy.
So how did you cope with that?
I think I shield it up and I ignore it. Because it was hard ignoring one thing in my head. It was easier to shut off everyone.
Who?
My friends, my family, and my girlfriend. I didn't want them to know what I was going through, so I would act normal around them.
So, from what we have watched so far, Ben appeared to have visited many different professionals. Yeah? And I think in Singapore, we do have many different types of professionals, right? Like the general ones such as counselor, social worker, psychologist, psychiatrist. So help me to understand what are the differences and who should I see for what?
Thank you for the questions. So I think really there are different roles and different training, right? So counseling is actually, they may have a certificate in counseling, diploma, degree, or even a master's in counseling. Whereas a psychologist, they come from the school and usually psychologists also do assessment, right? Like IQ testing, ADHD testing using standardized instruments, whereas the counselor may not do that. And of course, social worker, I think a lot of people always think that social workers just for subsidies. But some of the social workers are also trained therapists in family therapy, in couple therapy. And finally, of course, you have the psychiatrists. Psychiatrists in Singapore are medical doctors. So we went through medical school and then we specialize in mental health. And that's a very, very long training. And I don't suggest that people see psychiatrists because it's very expensive.
Oh, is
So
it?
start with the counselors. You
Okay.
don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if I want to see a counselor today, how do I do that?
I think counselors, there are actually a lot of counseling helpline.
Okay.
Of course, you can check the internet, but the one that I like to recommend is actually Singapore Association for Mental Health, SAMH.
SAMH, okay.
Yeah, why I said that is, remember I was saying that the counselor may actually be a certificate, diploma, or just a degree. But the SMH counseling helpline, they actually have a person who have masters in counseling. Yeah, so and they've set up the helpline for many years. Yeah, so I think that is one credible source that you can actually approach.
And I believe out there are a few different resource directories, right? So people can go access to see the different types of services, what they do, maybe even helpline and all that. Any specific resource directory that you would like to recommend?
I think there are many resource directory. It's on the newspapers, on the internet. But one specific one I want to highlight is actually Mental Connect. I think it actually has a different. Co-founder for Mental Connect, and basically I think he has actually mapped out some of the resources that's actually available in Singapore, and I think it's quite detailed, going into all the different type of therapies. So therapy is also not just talk therapy. It's very different from talking to a friend, right? So a lot of times we have our personal support system, we have our family members, our friends we talk to. If we are studying, we have our classmates, our teachers. If we are working, we have our colleagues, our supervisors. And of course, we have hobby groups and also even spirituality, 5 things. But this is a personal support system. But of course, we have the professionals. That's why we're talking about the counselor, the psychologist, the social worker, the psychiatrist. And sometimes you may even meet a case manager.
So I guess to round up this particular point, does it matter who I talk to first? Because I may not Because maybe I have a certain set of issue, but I may not know who I should go for first, right? So is there a chance that I might go to the wrong professionals, or does it really matter?
For me, I think is give people a chance. You know, if you there's no wrong door.
Right.
I think when you go in, just like the person in Ben in the clip, right? If it doesn't fit, see somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. So give the person 3 sessions to actually help you.
Yeah.
3 sessions to help you. If it doesn't fit, then go on to the next therapist or find other help. Don't feel stuck. Don't get stuck. Right. Move on. Move on.
Okay, thank you.
You sure I should keep this?
Oh, you can leave it here if you'd like, but I think by keeping it and talking to it, it will help.
You want me to talk to it?
Understanding through communication. So, see you next Tuesday?
Hell yeah.
Wow, what a film. So, Dr. Joe, what do you think?
I think it's actually a very excellent film, really demonstrating the challenges that somebody may find. And Ben actually have seen the first therapist for at least 3 weeks. We found out that. The second one didn't seem to want to listen.
Yeah.
And finally found the third one that really had good rapport with him and then really helping him. He feel really letting out his innermost needs and concerns and letting down his armor, so to say. And I think that's wonderful. And I really wish Ben the best, really being cared for and being listened to. I think very important is also his journey for recovery and whether he also grow from this.
Yeah. Of course, the same thing for all people out there who are seeing a professional themselves, that recovery is a journey, but recovery is possible. So I've enjoyed the film too. Thank you so much for your time today, for the sharing. Leave your comments below on what you think as well. If you like today's content, please like and subscribe to the channel. We will continue to discuss more bite-sized knowledge about suicide prevention and mental well-being. If you have things you would like us to talk about as well, please do not hesitate to PM us on Caring for Life social media page or write to us on livechat@caringforlifesg.org. Please continue to support in our suicide prevention efforts as well. More information available in the description below. And also a special thanks to Space Between for sponsoring this beautiful venue. In the meantime, please remember to self-care so that you can care for others. Take care till I see you next time.